So today on our book table, we have got 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and I'm going to tell you what I learned from the book, how I'm going to apply it, and what I think about the book, because that's the most important part that you have to wait for, and it will let you know whether you can pick up the book or just leave it, because self-help books can be very time consuming if you don't get to learn anything or pick up 1 or 2 things. But the good news is one of you is going to have this book in their book library. All you have to do is to leave a comment, go on Instagram, share this particular video and tag me, and that's literally all you have to do. The link is down below for my Instagram if you do not know where it is, and you'll have this book of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Do not forget to subscribe as well. Things as to why I make these videos is for you to personally develop your mind, educate yourself, and learn something new every single day. If this video can teach you one thing today, that is all that you need to add value in your life. Okay, the whole idea of Covey is a businessman, educator, and a teacher that wrote one of the most successful books, that is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that has sold over 30 million units. Do you believe 30 million units of this book? Cash the money, but let's see if it's worth it. So the book is about being effective and how you can be effective, and Covey emphasizes the idea of knowing, doing as being essential parts of being an effective person. He says that simply having knowledge and not applying it is pointless, but having also knowledge without using it is also pointless. He says that for whatever you learn or for whatever information you get, you have to act upon it and apply it for it to be effective. So habit 1 is be proactive. That habit emphasizes taking responsibility for your own life instead of reacting to circumstances. Proactive people always focus on what they can control and influence, making choices that align with their values. It's just something that we all have as well, that I learned from here, that sometimes I worry about things that I literally cannot control. But when I worry about things that I cannot control, that means that I cannot be proactive at all. I cannot be effective because my mind is stuck in the perspective of like, oh, what am I going to do about this? I can't control it. It has happened. So just let it take its course. For example, if you work in an environment where it is very stressful, in a working environment, rather than spending your time complaining about how stressful that environment is, spend your time managing how you can communicate better, how you can manage your time better, and how you can make that place a better place. Like, instead of waiting for problems to resolve themselves, find solutions to those problems. The next habit is begin with the end in mind. He encourages people to define their goals based on personal principles and long-term vision. By knowing your desired destination, it can help you to kind of prepare your goals and ambitions and things that you want to do. For example, I'm going to make a video about how to literally tackle the last 3 months of the year. And this is one of the things that can help you. By knowing the end, how you want the end of the year to end for you, you are going to start making steps and plans now. Knowing the end, you're going to plan right now so that you can achieve that desired outcome that you want. So for example, if you're taking a new project at work, before diving into the tasks, you can clarify what success looks like, what a completed project would look like, what it would mean to you when that project has finished. Then the other one that he mentioned is put first things first. This particular habit is prioritizing things that matter first before things that actually you cannot control first. It says that you have to manage your time based on your goals that you have got in order for you to actually be more effective. You can create daily tasks that can help you to get to that point of focusing more on the things that matter, and the things that don't matter would come later on. For example, this is like a common thing that we all have. Instead of replying to every email that comes your way and thinking, okay, you know what, I'm going to reply. What if you change the narrative and start literally replying to the emails that matter now and that are time sensitive now, that would have an impact now, in order for you to kind of like be more effective? Because if you keep replying to every email that comes to you at work every single minute, then you are abandoning the things that matter the most, and they can be detrimental to your effectiveness and detrimental to your company. Something that is a bad habit that I have that sometimes works is when people send me messages, if I see the message and it's not very urgent, I take time to not reply back to it. But if someone sends me a message that I know, okay, this needs a quick reply right now, I'll reply back to it there and then, but I do take my time. Then think win-win. Emphasize on creating solutions that benefit two parties rather than thinking that I'm gonna win, they're gonna lose. Find something or a solution or a middle ground that both of you come out as winners. Highly effective people, they look for more beneficial solutions that benefit both them and the other party, not creating for them their selves and neglecting the other person. For example, in business negotiations, you cannot just take advantage and squeeze out every benefit from the other person. Try as much as you can to create a way in which both you parties get out with something that makes you happy and something that you can benefit from that agreement or from that. Seek first to understand, then be understood. Now, when he was explaining this particular aspect, I was very triggered because he said that in order for you to be understood, you need to understand others. And then I was thinking to myself, what are you talking about? Because I want them to understand me. I don't care about whether I understand them. And he says, no, in order for you to be understood, you need to understand someone else first. He says that effective communication happens when you are an empathetic listener, and that is something that sometimes I forget to literally think of someone else in the other shoes and be more empathetic. I'm always like, okay, it's fine, it's cool, let's move on. And you can give an example of this when you're having an argument with a friend or a colleague. Instead of just trying to put your viewpoint out there and making sure that they get whatever you want to say, take your time to listen to what they are trying to communicate to you. Take it in, listen with a bit of empathy, their concern, clarify, ask questions, and make sure that they feel understood. Now, this is something that I also read in the book, how to have difficult conversations, and it's always like, do not strive so much for people to understand you. Be someone that listens a lot. The same thing happened in the book The Diary of the CEO, or 33 Laws of Business, whereby Steve Bartlett explained, and he said that do not fight so much on other people understanding you. Be a good listener. Listen to other people, because in listening you learn more and you get to be understood. Sometimes the ego comes first before you come first, and when the ego comes first, false narrative that you have to kind of not let the ego protect you and be as vulnerable as you can in order for you to get to listen to another person. And it is just so important. It's something that I have learned, from this book. One of the key points that I learned from this book is that just make sure that you understand other people before you want them to understand you. Then the other habit is synergize. It's about embracing teamwork and collaborating. He believes that valuing differences at a workplace can really help us to be more effective. That a group can achieve more than its individual parts. As a group, you can achieve more than being out as an individual. For example, on a team project, instead of dividing tasks according to the job title, you encourage team members to contribute according to their strengths. It could mean an IT specialist, giving examples on creative ideas, or a marketer helping within the IT environment, which can lead to a more innovative final product. Then the last habit is sharpen the soul. The idea of focusing on self-renewal and improvement for more effectiveness. Your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual well-being, in order for you to kind of be an effective person. He stresses the idea of self-care, taking time out for yourself and re-energizing yourself, allocating each time of the week, for your physical health, for your mental health, for your emotional health. It's one of the things that I do on Instagram. I always show time whereby I'm taking my self-care. For example, let's say today I went to the gym very early in the morning. I took time out to myself, and then I came and I relaxed in a nice warm bath. I took 2 hours in the morning because I had the leisure and the pleasure to do that in the morning, just taking time out for myself. And that's how I became very effective, because I was able to film a lot of videos for Instagram. I was able to film a couple of videos today, 4 or 5 videos today, which is very effective, and I just feel good within myself. I feel like most of the things I wanted to accomplish, I have accomplished them just because I took that little bit of time in the morning for myself. The whole entire book is just a holistic way of being an effective person. But I just want to read some of the key takeaways that I got from that book that are very good quotes. I don't know them by head, so we're going to read them here. There are quite many, so put your notepad or pause whilst I'm saying that. First one is work on your circle of influence. We are responsible for our effectiveness. Success in your life does not lead to better health or better marriage or relationships. This one is so key. Every single time you think I want to be successful and have money, you being successful and having money is not going to improve the marriage that you have, is not going to improve the health of somebody else. So take note. Then the other one is schedule your week not as a daily task that leads to crisis or a busy planning. Reviewing your schedule on a daily basis to help guide you. Schedule friendship meetups. You can't think efficiency with people, but effectiveness and efficiency with things. Let me say that again. You can't think efficiency with people, but effectiveness and efficiency with things. So you can't think efficiency with people. You think effectiveness, and you can't think you can't think efficiency with people. Think effectiveness with things. Think efficiency. Frustrations are a result of expectations, and expectations are a result of a social mirror. We don't listen to understand. In order to be understood, you have to understand others first. We talked about that. We need to have empathetic listening to understand others. If you don't have confidence in the diagnosis, you won't have confidence in the prescription. Always aim for a win-win situation. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you know. End of it. So, what do I think about the whole entire book? So, this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is quite a dense book. It is very dense. I listened to it on Audible. I slept, I woke up, I slept again, I woke up. I was still listening to the book. I was just like, when is this book gonna end? At what point are we going to conclude on this book? I feel like he talked so much, he explained so much, and when it comes to self-help books, you need to target people so fast because people cannot take so much of that information in. I had to look for summary of some of the key points that I learned out of the book because it was a lot. Would I recommend you to pick up this book? If you've got time, you could pick it up. Otherwise, you could go online and just Google it and just have a summary of what you can get, because I'll be honest with you, the book, I know 30 million units have been sold, but in my opinion, I give this book a 3-star because it was too much. It was a lot of information that was packed, condensed. It has different aspects like to be understood, listening, to be empathetic, win-win situation, which is different. It does have a different perspective on how to be effective. But from me to you reading the book, it's not my recommendation. It's not my recommendation. But you can go ahead and read it. Regardless of that I've said, one of you is going to be having this book in your home library. So all you have to do is to remember to leave a comment and remember to share this video on your stories, and you'll be selected. Regardless of what I think about the book, you can have the book and tell me what you think about the book itself. I encourage you guys to read and always develop your mind and become a better you. So we're going to end this video here, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all the housekeeping stuff. Yep, and got you. And also, please leave in the comments what book you want me to review next, and what book that has been on your radar that you're like, Lucy, tell me about this book before I go and buy this book. For sure, I got you. Thank you.